Hey guys, so this is my Redmi 8A. This device released back in maybe 2018 or 19. This is a budget device from Xiaomi which is running on MIUI 12 based on Android 10. So it got 2GB of RAM and 32GB of internal storage. And it is running on maybe Snapdragon 4 something. So it is kind of pretty slow, and MIUI 12 is kind of heavy on this device. So it feels slow. So what I will do in this video is I will show you how you can update your device to Android 13. So we are going to install a custom ROM here. When it comes to custom ROM, you have to consider many things. First of all, custom ROM might not be stable on your device. Sometimes camera does not work properly. Sometimes you don't get VoLTE support. Sometimes you can't even use bank application. But if you want to take a risk, then you can follow this video. By the way, to do this, you have to backup your all data, and obviously it's going to wipe your device. So first of all, what you have to do is backupping all of your data. So because this process will wipe your device, and you need a bootloader unlocked device. In this video, I will not show you how you can unlock bootloader because it is a tedious process and it takes time. So you can watch many videos on the YouTube, and if you have managed to unlock the bootloader, then you can follow this video. So I have unlocked mine. So as you can see here, me unlock status, the device is unlocked. Now on the developer option, so if you don't know how to enable developer option, I just did it. So you can go to about phone section and tap on the MIUI version. So it will enable developer option. On the developer option, you have to do few things here. So we have to enable developer option and USB debugging. So it will ask us to allow. So we allowed this USB debugging mode. Now we have to download few application for our PC and for our device. We need TWRP and a custom ROM for our device and few software for our PC to flash the custom ROM and to build a connection between our PC and our device. So all the file links will be in the description below. You can download it from there. So now let's check on our PC. So on our PC, as you can see here, we have two files here, TWRP 3.7, which is a recovery file, and a ROM called Pixel Experience. So this is an official version of Pixel Experience ROM for this device. A few other things like minimal ADB and Fastboot, which you have to install, and you can find it here, program files. And as you can see, minimal ADB and Fastboot. The link will be in the description below. And driver for your device to build communication between device and PC. So when you connect our device first time to PC, it will ask us to allow. So if I connect now, so as you can see here, it is asking us to allow the USB debugging. So we will allow. And now we have to do a few things. So I will use command prompt to do this thing. So I will reboot the device to our first boot mode. So as I said, backup all of your data because we are going to wipe the device. So here we will write ADB device to check our device is connected or not. So as you can see here, it is showing our device ID. So our device is connected. Now we have to write another command to boot the device to first boot mode. So ADB reboot, first boot, or bootloader. You can write both of them. So now our device will boot into first boot mode. So now it is on first boot. So to check our device is connected or not in the first boot mode, we can write a command called first boot devices. So as you can see here, our device is listed. And if you don't see this ID, that means there is driver issue or cable issue or anything like that. So to recheck that. So now we have to flush our TWRP. To do that, we have to run a command. We have to bypass the security of the device. So paste it here. Now we have to paste our BBMeta file here. So I will provide the BBMeta file also in the description below so that you can directly take it from there. So now we have to drag and drop the BB meta file. So drag and drop, and we can run the command. So enter, and the BB meta file is flashed properly, as you can see here. Now we can flash our TWRP. To flash TWRP, we have to write fastboot flash recovery, and we'll drag and drop the TWRP file. So TWRP and drag and drop it. Now we can enter. So the flashing is going on and finished. Now we have to boot into TWRP. So we can do it manually or using fastboot command. So I will use fastboot command to boot the device. So I will write fastboot boot, and we'll drag and drop the file again. Enter, and it is going on. Finished. Now our device should automatically boot into fastboot mode. So it is booted. At this point, if you don't want to take the risk of breaking your device, you can take a backup of your stock firmware. So put SD card and go to backup section and select all these. Here you can select the storage. So select micro SD card and backup all the partition here. So in case if the ROM does not work properly, then you can directly restore it and you can use your stock ROM. So you can do that. But here I'm not going to back up the data because I don't really care. Now, few things we have to do. First of all, we'll go to wipe section and we'll format data. So yes, and it will wipe everything. Done. Now we will wipe our firmware and everything. So metadata, cache, cast, system, vendor, data, and internal storage, everything will wipe. Now we can use two methods here to flush the ROM. We can use ADB Sideload method, or we can copy the file directly to our device and flush it, or we can copy the file into our SD card and we can flush it. So here I will use the ADB Sideload method to flush the ROM. So we will go to advanced section, ADB Sideload, and we'll enable it. And if we check our device now, ADB devices, and it should show that it is connected or not. ADB devices, and as you can see here, our device is in sideload mode. So what we will do, we will flush the ROM. So to flush the ROM, we will write a command called ADB. Then we will write sideload, and we will drag and drop the ROM. So drag and drop and press enter. It should start flushing the ROM. So as you can see here, the flushing is going on, and we can see the Android version and the build ID, build data, and few other things. So give it some time. It will take around 3 to 4 minutes to flush the ROM. So the ROM flashed successfully. Now we can disconnect our device. So at this point, sometimes some ROM does not come with GApps like Google application. In that case, you have to flash another file called GApps, so that if you want GApps, you can carry on with the flash. But here on this ROM, everything is included. So now we'll go back and just reboot the device to system. So the first boot will take around 3 to 4 minutes because it has to go through all the files and installation and the managing the firmware file. So it takes time. So give it some time to boot. So the logo is appeared, as you can see here, Google logo, because this is a Pixel Experience ROM. So successfully booted. Took around 1 minute or 1.5 minutes. So let me go through the process. Start. So I can't do the full testing on this video. I will make another video reviewing the ROM, what is going on with this ROM and it is usable or not. So as far as we can see, the Wi-Fi is detected, and let me connect. So I will log in my account later on. Now we can set our pin code or pattern. So pattern, and so we can draw our pattern. And we can skip this. So the ROM is booted up, as you can see here. Now we go to setting, about phone. It is showing as Redmi 8. Actually, this is a Redmi 8. Android 13, as you can see here. So Android 13, and let's check the camera. So we know that Wi-Fi is working. So this is kind of slow right now. It will take time to like settle down everything. So later on we can check. So if we check the camera is working, so no issue. So I will make a proper review of this ROM and how it is working on this device. So that's all about today's video. Thank you very much for watching, and I will see you in the next one.